Yeah, unfortunately. And it grieves me to have to say that. It grieves me. But I really want to clarify and break it down from my understanding. Their physical body, okay? Not their soul, not their consciousness, their physical body. Mainly for the purpose to freely data harvest and to become a Bluetooth signal, right? Part of the 5G network. Unknowingly, because their body, their physical body, is property. So since their physical body is property, these things can be done without their permission, freely. And that's bad for the rest of us, because particularly with the data harvesting and all of the information that the AI and the quantum systems are able to process concerning human nature, human physiology, human genetics, that data and information can be used against humanity as a whole. And I feel bad for these folks. And I want them to know it's not hopeless, okay? It's just the physical body. We are not our physical body. But people really need to understand right now, you know, at the end of this is a step by step process. And at the end of this process, it will involve commandeering the soul and the human consciousness, which will dwell within data banks. These mega data banks will become tombs for human souls that will be dwelling within these data banks as currency. And the human souls within these data banks will literally be dwelling within an alternate reality. And their consciousness will know no different. A new fallen matrix, right? The end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end. And at this point, I really do not even care how crazy I sound. But it's not one thing, okay? It is... Folks have to see it this way. As this old system is purposefully torn down, because it's God's appointed time that it must be torn down, okay? It is very purposeful, because the powers that rule this world do not have a choice. But imagine a scenario where you have a dog on a chain, on a leash, and you do not want that dog to get away. So before you unhook that first leash, you instead hook a second leash to the collar before you unhook that first leash. So as this former system is torn down, brick by brick, the rest of us have to understand those former chains of bondage are being released. An opportunity for exodus for those who have been awakened, for those who have been chosen by God. An opportunity for exodus is coming. All folks have to do is avoid the new chain. You just have to avoid the new chains of bondage. So, on one path, a greater form of enslavement is coming, and on another path, a greater form of freedom is coming. It's just a matter of avoiding the new chains of bondage. And as human beings, we are so ignorant of this world that we're in, and we're so ignorant how these systems of power operate, and we're so distracted, and we're also caught up in survival. And the complexity is exhausting. So it's very difficult to see the manipulation and the deception. and the new chains of bondage, and also not be fearful of everything that's going on. And that's just what I want to tell people. Do not be fearful. Your moment of freedom is coming. And if you're a Bible person, God hated Esau because Esau gave up his birthright for a bowl of soup. And when we listen to people and the reasons that they have for entering themselves into these systems, into such bondage, their excuses usually revolve around a job, peer pressure, maintaining their ability to operate in a monetary system. And if you're familiar with Agenda 2030, all of these things are going to be taken anyways. You know, after 2030, wealth is not going to be established upon money. Wealth is going to be established upon lifestyle. AI is already beginning to move in and take over human positions in the economy. The rights to private property and things like the freedom to privately own a vehicle, to privately drive, these are all things that are going to be taken anyways. Unless people make the right moves now, unless people see their opportunity for exodus and have had this veil of deception torn back so they can clearly see the current beast that we're already in and begin using their free will, their conscious choice, and their hearts that desire a greater truth and faith that wants to reunite with their Creator and His will. Folks that have really studied with their whole heart and have come to a deeper understanding of Yeshua Jesus and His real message, what He was really revealing and showing to us. And folks might be on different levels of those things. You know, we're all on our own path, and we must honor each other in our own path. It is God Most High that is the director of most things. It is not for us to judge each other. Because in truth, we are all part of this beast corporation already. We were born into it as property of it. We are giving it its power. We've been serving it the entire time. All right. But we're being given an opportunity to be freed from those former chains of bondage. We just cannot accept the new chains. And although we have some troubling times, we're going to have some personal sacrifice to make. We really have to get ourselves in line with a higher purpose and a higher way of living. And it's good for us in the long run, right? We have to exit these toxic cultural ways and teachings that we've been born into. But on the other side of this judgment and sifting, because that is what is happening now, it is judgment and sifting, is the seventh day Sabbath kingdom, if you're a Bible person. And the kingdom of heaven is coming to earth. That's what's on the other side for those that choose the exodus and avoid the new chains of bondage. And what people should know is there's plenty of people that took the jab, that have made mistakes. God is merciful, He is great, and He is good. It is not too late. It is not too late until that biotechnology is accepted for the purpose of operating within a system of commerce and the monetary system, which all of these other steps are necessary for that new digital currency system to operate and ultimately enslave people. Start moving out of the systems.